Hey gang, so this is my second day at Keystone, and wanted to give you guys an update on all the wonderful things that happen here and all the things that you can do. Before I start off with that, I would just like to say that I think the most important thing that I get from a gathering like this is to meet the people, meet folks, and make friends. The friendships that you make and the things you can learn about folks, I think goes a long way towards understanding yourself and accepting yourself, and being able to find out that your feelings aren't yours alone, and we share so much with each other here. It's just a really, really, really warm, fuzzy feeling when you meet all these folks and get to know them. I wish I had more time to get to know all of them, but of course that's impossible. There are, I was told, 700 attendees this year, which is a little off from last year, but I'd say they're rolling along pretty good. I'd say next year probably be every bit as strong as this year. The way things are going for us. We have the cool thing about it is we have 300 first timers here, so I'm sure they're going to have a great time, and they're all going to want to come back next year. I have met a lot of folks here that have been here 5, 6, 7, 8 times. This is the 11th year, and one of them I met today has been here all 11 years, and she's just a wonderful gal from Virginia area that is very active in the trans community down there, and a very helpful person and a very loving, giving person. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about what goes on here during the day. And on Thursday, when you arrive, they give you this booklet. If you signed up, for some of the events, some of the dinners, some of the luncheons, they'll give you this. You get this booklet that tells you, what's happening, what's going on, and so you can figure out what you want to do, schedule your time. And from 9 a.m. today all the way through 8:30 p.m. we have things going on. Of course, after 5 we have we actually have a Friends of Bill W. meeting, Alcoholics Anonymous. They have that here. So if you guys want to show up here and you're a member of AA, you'd rather not drink alcohol, and you can have another place to go here to find some friends and work your program. At 5 o'clock you got a reception again in the Dog and Pony Lounge, which is the name of the restaurant bar that they have here. And then at 6 p.m. there's going to be a buses taking girls to the Hollywood Casino, and then there's going to be a Keystone Business Alliance mixer in the assembly area of the hotel. At 6:15, I am getting on a bus and going to a restaurant called Rubicon, and some other folks are going to a restaurant called Gilligan's. Some of them are going to go play bingo. And then at 8:30, we have karaoke in the bar that they have here, and a dance party with a DJ tonight. There's a clothing exchange and consignment room here. So girls from all over have brought some of their clothes that they don't want anymore to give away, and anyone can go in this room. Any attendee here can go in this room and pick out clothes, and it's all free. So if you're having an issue with your wardrobe, you're a little light on funds or something like that, and you come here, you can pick up some really nice looking clothes. And I took a walk through it, and I saw some really nice things. A lot of them were new. They still had tags on them, and it was really neat. A lot of clothes, and the ones that don't get picked, there was purses, wigs, clothes, shoes, you name it. And the stuff that doesn't get picked is going to go on to an LGBT center to continue to, for someone else to possibly get it later at a later time. We had seminars today. So one of them was titled "That Ain't Christian." So obviously, it was a seminar about how some religious people don't believe that what we're doing is godlike, and how to deal with that. Probably how to square that away in your own heart if you're having issues about the morality of being transgender. There was yoga. There was a seminar on how to communicate with your spouse. How do I take care of myself without forgetting about my spouse? Because a lot of us get accused by our spouses of being very self-centered, and because they don't really understand that what's the preoccupation that we have in our heads with the issues that we face. And we can be self-centered. So this is probably a great seminar. There's too many of them for me to attend, and a lot of them are going on at the same time. So you have to pick your favorite. I'm having extreme difficulty here with my eyelash glue. For some reason, I've got the one drop of eyelash glue that refuses to dry. It keeps gluing my eyelids together while I'm talking here. I can't blink anymore. No more blinking. Hopefully it'll dry before I have to leave, because I'm going out to have dinner. There was a debutante outing for new girls that need a little chaperoning, if you will, that haven't been out really in public a lot, and they wanted somebody to go with them. They have volunteers here that do that. They went to a nail salon and they went shopping. So that's great. It makes you feel a little safer if you're not comfortable with getting out on your own on the town, presenting as female. They'll help you, and it was a good. I'm sure they had a great time. They actually had, the coolest thing was I volunteered to help out here this year, and they didn't need any more help. They had an overabundance of volunteers had stepped up to help out here, free of not getting paid for it. And I just think that's awesome. It's like super awesome. People from all over the country coming here to just help out while they're here. Of course, they didn't have to work. Some of them were working full time here, all 4 days. But a lot of them that would volunteer in little blocks so they could still have some fun and enjoy themselves and relax. But it's just awesome that they had an overabundance of volunteers. There was a history presentation about transgender personalities in history. Just all kinds of stuff. Tips on, seminars on transitioning, tips for, making a smooth transition. We had a keynote speaker at lunch today who I am going to, okay, thank God her name was in here. Andy Mara was the keynote speaker. Some of you may know her. She's from New York. She's a big-time trans advocate in New York. She was excellent. It was an excellent speech. She talked about some of her motivations for wanting to help the community. And it got a little political, but not too bad. It wasn't too heavy. It was just right. She's a great speaker. And tomorrow we're going to have another speaker at lunch, and then Saturday night we'll have a speaker at the gala banquet. Well, I think that's about it. As I already said, I'm having a blast. I wasn't sure if I'd have a good time. And I don't, but I am having a wonderful time. And I am about to go out and have another good time and hopefully meet some new people. The neatest thing about this is last night I met several people and we hung out together and we kind of partied together until 1 a.m. And I did get some sleep. That wonder of makeup, makeup. I'm looking at myself in the camera, and I'm looking like I'm showing my age right now. But makeup sure helps a lot. Tonight I get to go on a bus with a whole bunch of new people and make a whole bunch of new friends and hang out with them over dinner. And then we're gonna come back here and probably maybe do some karaoke or do some dancing. That's neither one of which I'm any good at, so could be a real good time. Hey gang, love and peace to all. Let's just try to accept one another for who we are.